So it is Monday. This video was supposed to go up on Friday. I've had a busy weekend, and because of that, I haven't been able to really take the time to record this video. But here we are, I'm seated. I'm ready to talk about why Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, is the best sequel in the franchise, and why I think it should be your favorite sequel. Now, Halloween 4 is one of those movies that I think a lot of people don't really understand. And if you kind of go into the context of people who aren't really massive Halloween fans, they kind of think of Halloween, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends as the only four movies that they need to watch in the franchise. And while that is true for now, at least, the franchise has had several different canons over the years. You have the canon of the original two movies, Halloween and Halloween 2, and then it really ends after Halloween 2, and then Halloween 3 kicks off an anthology idea that then gets kind of nixed because it didn't really get positive reception because a lot of people wanted Michael Myers, and it's a movie that deals with kids being killed by a company that makes Halloween masks. It's pretty awesome. If you've not seen Halloween 3, you should definitely watch it, but Halloween 4 came out in 1988 as a result of the fact that people weren't happy with Halloween 3 and the fact that they thought that it would be a Halloween movie that had Michael Myers, but it does not. So they brought back Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, which kicked off a new trilogy called the Thorn Trilogy, which includes the canon of Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, and Halloween 6. Now, Halloween 5 and Halloween 6, I'm not going to talk about in this video. I'll cover them at some point down the road, and I have letterbox reviews on both of those movies if you want to go check it out. But Halloween 4 really was kind of its individual story. It was an individual story, and this time it was about Laurie Strode's daughter, Jamie, played by Danielle Harris, and her uncle Michael is trying to kill her. And it is very fascinating because it keeps the familial ties of the first two movies, but it doesn't bring back Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie Strode. Then there's also the canon after that, which is Halloween, Halloween 2, H2O, Halloween Resurrection, which then gets replaced by Rob Zombie's remakes of Rob Zombie's Halloween and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And then all of that gets axed because of, obviously, the new canon of film. So it's been a lot of canons within this universe, and it's kind of frustrating as a fan because, you know, it's cool because everyone gets to pick their own favorite canon, but it also kind of sucks because everything gets retconned eventually, and that really kind of sucks because it just makes everything feel invalid. But my favorite canon is the Thorn trilogy of canon. Now, granted, Halloween 5 has grown on me over the years. Halloween 6 I do not like, but I like the Thorn trilogy because of Halloween 4. I think Halloween 4 is the best sequel in the franchise, and I'm going to give you the reasons why. Now that I've given you some context and some background onto the different canons in the Halloween universe. So, the first reason why Halloween 4 Return of Michael Myers is my favorite sequel in the franchise is because it goes back to the basics of what we know about Michael Myers. Now, my biggest problem with Halloween 2, and I did a whole video on Halloween 2, I've even done a couple of videos. You can go check it out on the channel, but I talk about how Halloween 2 never feels truly like it understands Michael Myers. Because if it's supposed to take place on the same night as the original Halloween, which is 1978, why is Michael so different? In the first movie, he takes his time. He stalks his prey. He really kind of is a predator in that sense. And it shows how evil he is because he's just kind of really understanding the relationships that characters have with one another so that way he can strike at the most opportune time. Halloween 2 takes that away, and it makes Michael just more of a killing machine, in the likes of a Jason Voorhees. And that, to me, has never really sat well. Halloween 4, yes, it has its Jason moments, but for the most part, when you get into the Jamie and Rachel connection, Michael is stalking. He's stalking his prey again. He's doing the behavioral patterns that a predator would do. And I think that it really speaks volumes because it really shows Michael Myers' true intent is back from the original film. And that's why I really like Halloween 4, because if you get Michael right, in my opinion, then you understand and you're going to have a better movie. And I think Halloween 4 does that because it understands its character, Michael Myers. The second reason is because even though this movie does not take place with Laurie Strode, she's not a part of the film, there is still that familial tie where Laurie Strode is the mother of Jamie. And this is really important because there's a reason for why Michael's going after this little girl. It's not just kind of random, but it's got that familial tie. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Michael and Laurie brother-sister relationship that was revealed in Halloween 2. It feels very forced, and it also takes away kind of the mystique behind Michael and why he decides to go after who he does in the original film. But to me, if you're going to bring it back, do something different. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. She will forever be my Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode will forever be my favorite final girl in all of cinema history. But the thing is, it's a redundancy. It's a redundancy to see her back. And instead, they focus more on her daughter, who is a great character in her own right. Look, Danielle Harris, she was very young when she played this character. I think she plays Jamie very well, especially in 4. In 5, not so much. They change a lot of what happens in 4, which I'll get to. But, you know, Danielle Harris does a really good job of bringing this character to life. You feel for her. You understand the problems that she has. She recognizes that the boogeyman is her uncle. And so it's really unique to see him go after such a young girl, this little girl that in his mind he only sees as family that he needs to take down. That to me has always been kind of an interesting play, and it really kind of draws the familial ties even deeper, where it's not just a sibling thing. It's deeper than that, deeper rooted. The next reason why this is my favorite sequel in the franchise is because Michael is absolutely brutal. There are a lot of incredible kills in this film, and the brutality is at an all-time high. Now, granted, the MPAA definitely completely destroyed this movie in terms of taking away certain kills and not allowing people to really see the full effect of them. But this movie is brutal. Michael Myers is a menace in this film. He's terrifying. He's scary. The first movie, Michael is extremely scary. The second movie, they take away that a little bit by, again, making him a killing machine, making him in the vein of something like a Jason Voorhees, where it just doesn't feel natural. It feels a little too forced. It feels like they're trying to push the envelope with the character. In this movie, he's brutal, and he's had enough. He's been in, it's been 10 years since the first film, so it's 1988, 10 years later, and he is pissed off, and he's had enough, and he's just killing everybody. There is an entire section of a police force that he takes down inside of a prison. It is incredible. Now, granted, you don't get to see it. I like to think of Halloween Kills as finally them showing us kind of some type of montage like that, but the after, the effect of it is really shown, and it really makes Michael more of a figure that is very scary and, again, very brutal, which is what I love. I love when Michael is brutal because that's how he is. He's a predator. He's supposed to be a brutal force. And the last reason why this is my favorite sequel, why it should be your favorite sequel, is the ending of this film. If you have not seen this movie, I ask right now that you click away from this video because I'm about to spoil the ending of this film. At the end of the film, okay, I'm going to put spoilers somewhere on here, like spoilers right now, some type of banner so that way you guys can see that I'm starting to talk about the spoilers. At the end of this film, Jamie kills her foster mom, or I guess the mom who adopted her, Rachel's mom. And there's the evil that gets passed down to her because of her familial heritage of Michael Myers. And that is incredible. And it has the POV shot from the first movie, but you see it in Jamie's eyes. It is an incredible, incredible scene. It's my favorite scene in the entire film. That, to me alone, makes the film understand the true, pure evil of Michael Myers and how it can get passed down to others in his family. Also, it brings back the nostalgia from the first film of that POV shot, which is the opening scene of the original film. And to me, that really shows that the filmmakers understood the reasons why we love this character, why we love this franchise, and it gave us one of the most shock endings of all time. I remember seeing it for the first time and I thought, "Oh, is this Michael? Like what is going on? How did he get to the house so fast?" But then you get that revelation that it's Jamie and you are just shocked. It is one of the best endings of any slasher film. And to me, it really stands out on its own and really makes you intrigued for what's next. Unfortunately, Halloween 5 kind of throws that away, which really sucks. And they kind of make it a whole thing of like, well, she didn't kill her, she just really hurt her and whatever. It sucks that that's kind of the direction that they took with Halloween 5. But Halloween 4 was incredible for having that ending because that's a very gutsy, very ballsy ending, which I really enjoy in a Halloween film. It's just very different. You don't expect that type of thing because Laurie Strode could never do something like that. She could never be influenced by the evil, whereas Jamie, with that connection with her uncle, is very influenced by the evil. So that is why Halloween 4 is my favorite sequel in the franchise, why I think it should be your favorite sequel in the franchise. Did I do enough to convince you? Do you like Halloween 4 a little bit better now that you have a little bit more perspective on why this film works for me specifically? One other side note is it was also filmed in Utah, and it's really special to go just like 10-15 minutes away and be able to see all of the different places that they shot at. I obviously have a video on my channel for that if you guys want to go check it out. Halloween 4 and Halloween 5 shooting locations. It makes it kind of special. It's really fun. And I was walking outside yesterday. I was outside for a long period of time with my family, and I could just see the orange in the leaves, and it just really made me think of Halloween 4 and Halloween 5. So yeah, I love this movie. It is my second favorite slasher of all time, right behind the original. That's how much I love it. I think it's the best sequel that I've seen in a horror film, and I'm really grateful for it. So that's it. I know this is a different shooting location. We're kind of cleaning the downstairs right now, and we're moving a lot of stuff, in and out of place. So it's kind of a mess down there. So I decided to shoot up here in a different location. But hey, we got a window, so thanks for watching. Bye.